picking up the phone. I told you my understanding of how White House communications walk by was part of that. Picks up the phone and he calls somewhere. And another foreign leader lifts the phone and they're talking. Does anybody in the room have any confidence that there's not recording equipment at that end collecting the whole conversation? Wouldn't you do that? So he calls, they go, 1 moment please, we'll get you set up. Do you think you're not recording that? Of course you are. So when it gets pushed out, immediately everybody goes, ah, US intelligence community leaks, this is horrible. And I go, you're calling someone. You don't know what they have. Do you know what they have there? The guy might have his iPhone like this, just going like that. The president's calling, your tape recorded. You got the whole thing, you mail it to the Washington Post. Again, if you assume that what you say and do is always going to be in the New York Times, then I think it makes you a nicer, better, higher integrity person. Don't say or do things that are wrong. Be honest. Yeah, sometimes they're secrets. Sometimes you're about to make some military strategic decision or something. Well, you don't do that over the phone, right? So I think that's number one. I think we should be transparent between how we interact here in this nice setting. When you see an old friend, you say hello and you're very happy to see them. And then you leave here and you get online and you say something mean about that person. And then you go, oh, the guy got hacked and he's going to see what I really think. Don't do that. Be nice. Right? So I think that's teach your kids that no two persona. Be nice, have high integrity, and whatever you do is part of the public record, and be very careful what you do. And if you're thinking something bad, then there's something wrong with you. Don't do that anymore. Be nice. Does that make sense? I think that's the best thing you can tell your kids, because if a criminal wants you, they're going to get you. So just don't give them anything to get. Not a very technical answer, but I hope that's helpful.
There's a question about founding president.
You talked about your mother's computer. And in this country, probably 1/3 of the population are senior citizens. How do they learn to live with the modern world?
It's a great question. Everybody hear that? The question, very good one, is that there's a growing percentage of citizens in the United States and around the world, because we all live longer. I have 2 grandmothers. One died at 103, and the other 104. And I think they just died because they didn't have anything else to do. I'm not kidding. I don't think I ever saw either of my grandmothers sick a day in their life. They just, every day, they got up, they had their kids, they did what they were going to do, and then I think they just went, I'm done. Boom. But whatever. See, a lot of people who are grown. So how do we protect them? The answer is cloud, meaning you shouldn't have one of these things anymore. You don't need it. You just need somebody else to manage your computing, and you just need access to it. Like a lot of you are about my age, I think. I'm 55, so shared generation. Remember when we all started doing computing? It was the mainframe, right? I'm kind of like that. Like when I started at Bell Labs, they gave me this thing called a BLIT. Raise your hand if you know what a BLIT is. Bell Labs Interactive Terminals. It was this thing with a green glowing screen and no processor in it. It just connects you to a mainframe. And the only administration you would do is occasionally you'd go like this. You'd sniff and it'd be like on fire or something. So you just unplug it, put it in the garbage, take a new one, plug it in, you're back in business. Like there's no system administration. It's all done for you. Then we got the PC. And every single one of us became an admin. Like my friend Marcus Raynham did the first firewall at the White House. He had a statement that I memorized. I think it's so cool. He said, the tragedy of modern computing is that we've turned every man, woman, and child into a Windows system administrator. Isn't that a tragedy? It's crazy. And my mother, don't need to be. All she needs, and I think Apple comes close to this, is something that just connects her. What did I say she does? Email? That's all my mother just needs to tap on something, say to my kids, say, hey, I'm going to come see you next week, I'll bring you $5 or something, whatever she said. And then Martha Stewart, you know, the website. And they got to solve that dumb Excel problem, but you can do that in the cloud now too. So my mother doesn't need to have the obligation of that. My wife's dad died at 97. He lived with us.